So I've decided to break off from my usual thing where I'm sitting in a chair and just talking to you and do a little bit of a standing kind of thing. Because I noticed when I was doing my other videos, I was sitting and I was talking and I had no personality. I looked like just some guy talking like this, sitting down, and it was weird. Well, not so much weird as it was boring, I guess. And I wanted to do something different, more, bring a little bit of me into this. Because from not looking at me, you wouldn't think I was a kind of a weird guy. I guess it can be, I don't know. Form your own opinion about me. And of course, like most of my videos like this, there will be little splices here and there because I mess up a lot. This is not scripted, I'm kind of just winging it here, so bear with me. Notice the jump cuts. If I go in and out of focus, that's just because the camera's sitting there, no one's holding it or anything, and I'm going to be walking back and forth like this because I like to. And I'm also going to cut it because these videos take a long time to render and I don't want to wait that long. Well, I guess I don't know, I'll wait that long. But I'm going to cut this one here. Jump cut! So, welcome back. Like I said in the previous thing, I did a jump cut. This is what this is. Anyways, so my last video was about forgiveness. What it means, what it's for. Ultimately, forgiveness is forgiveness. It's knowing in your heart full well that you have forgiven somebody. It's a very difficult thing to do. I'm going to be honest with you, it's very difficult. Because even when you say it over and over again, you kind of forgot about it, you don't think about it. Every now and then it'll come back up and you're like, oh, that person did that to me, I remember that. Yeah. I want to punch that person in the face. But you can't, obviously, you might not even know them anymore. Unless someday you're going to run them in the street and then, anyways, going off subject, and it can come back up. The thing you do about that is you have to just, again, at that moment, just forgive them. Just let go. Stop trying to worry about it. Stop trying to hold on to it, because when you do that, it is like toxic. It can eat away at you inside. It can just rot you. And eventually that starts to show. You start to become bitter and angry towards anyone or anything that happens. You don't trust anyone. You can't build a relationship with anyone. So then that affects your relationship with God. You feel like you can't trust Him either, because what if He brings more people that are going to hurt you? What if, I meet this new friend and they hurt me? That might happen. The thing is, God doesn't do these things to hurt us. He's not like, hey, I'm hurting them. These people, I'm happy to hurt them. No, He's trying to, like any good parent, discipline us. He's trying to get us to see that, oh, hey, we're doing this wrong. I need you to see that. It's because God loves us. He does. It takes a lot to really, really understand that. I mean, I had gone my whole life. I grew up. My mom and dad, they got saved, and they brought us up in the Christian faith. And, they didn't throw it on me, pressure me to do it, otherwise I'm going to be banished to hell or anything like that. If I didn't do it, they didn't kick me out of the house, they didn't, smack me around. They let us choose, which is what God does. He lets us choose. He gives us free will to choose what we will, whether we'll believe in Him or not. And so it's up to you. So I was raised with this stuff. I knew about it, I heard it. And, at times my mom and dad, they did really want us to pursue it. And so, but, of course, we grew up wanting our own things. We want to create our own person, our own character, so we do our own thing. And I did that for a while, and it was not that great. It is filled with a lot of heartache and just misery and just this emptiness that you can't fill with anything. Man, it was just like, I knew God was there. I prayed to Him. I occasionally read every now and then, but my heart wasn't into it. I got saved when I was like 13, but I wasn't fully committed to God, so I didn't know what His love. I knew what His love was. I could feel it every now and then. I knew he was protecting me and he was watching over me. And when I needed him, I talked to him. That's only when I needed him, though. There's a difference of when you genuinely love God, you will seek him. You will always come to him with whatever you have. When you're just kind of, I got saved, okay, I'm going to go about it like how I normally would. I'm going to keep doing this, but if I ask for forgiveness, I'll be okay. That's what I did. And I thought I was okay. Till I started, I got a job, I started buying things and it seemed good. I got a nice car, I got a fancy phone and whatnot, iPods and all this and this stuff, I thought I was happy. And built friendships and all that, and it can feel genuinely like happiness, this stuff we have, but then, out of nowhere, car breaks down, phone stops working, you have a phone, they're new friends, they don't talk to you anymore. What's your new fancy phone for if your friends aren't talking to you, or anyone's not talking to you, it's just, and it wasn't until, I'm going to the jump cut. It wasn't until one night I was fully just broken down. I felt incredibly alone. I felt so empty, so lost, so confused. I wondered where these people were that always said, hey, I'll be, if you need me, just say something. Like, okay. But they weren't there. And I didn't know what to do. I was scared. Not gonna lie, I'm supposed to be a big macho man and real men are this and that, but I was freaked out. I didn't know what, I felt really extremely lost. I felt like, I don't know, I just, it's a feeling that each individual person has, and you can't describe it because it's your own personal feelings. Only you and God will understand that. You may have a little bit of a coincidence with somebody, but it will never be the exact same because we're all individual, unique, different people. So we react different, we feel different, and for me it was, like I said, it's hard to explain. Some of you might know in the general sense of it. But when I finally was at that point, finally just completely empty and broken, and I didn't ask God. I didn't say, hey, just take me away or just end my life. I didn't say, hey, take away the pain, erase my memory, make me forget all of this. I said, Jesus, can you think maybe you can just wrap your arms around me and just make me feel like I'm loved. Just please wrap your arms around me and make me feel loved. And sure enough, he did. All my car didn't help me. It was just sitting in the driveway. My phone was silent. Friends and family, they might have helped a little bit, but it wouldn't have been what I had felt at that moment when I had asked that. I asked just to wrap your arms around me. And I could feel this warmth, this feeling of comfort come over me. And maybe it's all in my head, but I just feel like I could just hear Jesus talking right by me, just holding me, saying, you know what, Jordan? I'm here. I've always been here, and I'm not going to let you go. It was like he just held me and said, I love you, Jordan James McKay. I laid down my life for you.